Welcome back to State of Decay 2 Heartland. Today our goal, our ultimate goal actually, is to answer a challenge that La Coalition has set for us, which is to try to find all of the echo weapons on the map as fast as possible using only the clues. Which is great because I have a vague memory of testing out the locations of these weapons, trying to follow Joe's instructions and failing. While the game was in development, like while that aspect of the game was in development. And so I remember maybe a couple hints about where things might be, but not enough to reliably find the weapons. And so seeing if I can follow the clues to find the weapons does seem like a fun challenge. Here's the problem, though. I realized after we got started, because Coalition told me, that those don't kick off until after you've recruited Captain Logan. So what we're really going to do today is try to go and collect some materials, because my base is short on materials. We'll do that over here. We'll finish scavenging the area around Chavez's home, the area around where his the graveyard of his friends. That's where we're going to be scavenging, and then we'll go take this Captain Logan mission. And hopefully, if we focus on the Captain Logan missions, we can soon get to the point where we actually can do the Echo Challenge. So right now, we're not going to do the Echo Challenge, but okay, this guy might start running out of stamina real quick. So I'm going to make sure we've got some snacks, because I don't remember how long I played him last session. Another thing we can do, though, and I don't do this nearly often enough, is look at our facility actions, because we just recruited Reba, and Reba can give everyone a stamina boost for 45 minutes. And so, yeah, let's do that. We've got enough food. Let's kick that in. So that takes 7 minutes to kick in. So we'll let Reba work on that while we head out, and then hopefully by the time I get into any kind of trouble, we're going to have the benefits of that action. Oh, so Coalition is suggesting that actually I should hit up Logan first, because the cooldown time between his missions might actually get us there a little faster. That makes sense. So I was thinking of taking the southern route, and I was going to pass all these places beforehand. I don't know. Travel efficiency might actually trump it in my head. Trump the long-term mission efficiency. What am I looking for? I'm looking for fuel. I'm almost out of fuel with that car, and I don't have any here. So looks like we're going to have to look at the storage. We're going to need to make some fuel. And I forgot. Do we have the ability to make toolkits? We've got the Outlaw lab here, but oh, wait. Maybe we would make toolkits at the vehicle depot. Yes, we can. So let's make some toolkits as well. And grab all of that stuff in Isaac's inventory. So we can fix this pickup. Awesome Twitch, dude. People keep asking me whether I'm going to play Hogwarts on this. Hogwarts, what's it called? Hogwarts Legacy on this channel. I mean, I've never shown any particular interest in Harry Potter in the past, so I'm not sure why you think I will. But yeah, no, I'm not particularly interested in that one. Just because I think there's this sort of effect that happens where, like, I don't know, when I see sort of the definitive adaptation of something into a visual medium, it feels like it's been done. And so it's like Harry Potter, it got all, was it 10 movies or something? And then it got some extra movies nobody asked for. And I just feel like that IP's been just sort of run into the ground. I'm just not very interested in it anymore. I'm like, when I was new to my game career, I actually worked at a studio that made the first PC Harry Potter game, and people were very into Harry Potter there. And so was I. My wife and I read the books and everything. We liked them. It was great. But, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It feels old to me now. I'm just not that interested in it anymore. I don't like that we just run IPs into the ground. I don't like that, once somebody's created a valuable IP, we just have to keep going back to it again and again and again and again, and it can never die, and we can never make anything new because we have to make the things that are reliable. Like, I don't like that. I want to make new stuff, I mean, I love Star Wars. Some of the Star Warses have been good. Some of them have been bad. I really like the good ones, but you know what I'd like even better? Another universe. A different universe that explores some of the same interesting, cool images and themes that doesn't have to be Star Wars. Like, Star Wars has so much baggage now. I mean, it's got amazing stuff like Andor, but it's also got Book of Boba Fett in it, and it's like, I don't want to have all of that. Let's make something new, you know? Like, that's one thing I really, respect about the makers of The Expanse, is that they finished their book series, and they literally have no intention of writing any more books. They're letting another adaptation happen here and there. There's a game adaptation that's being worked on. That's cool. They don't really plan to write any more Expanse books because who needs them? We've got the Expanse books. I want different books. I love The Expanse. It's one of my favorite things that was ever written. I also want it to have a solid ending and stop there, because that makes it better. So it looks like, I ended up going with Coalición's plan because I was distracted, and I ended up not doing my thing. So that's fine. We'll do the Coalición's plan, which is to go straight to Captain Logan and not to scavenge anything on the way. So Coalición says that this stuff happens when the capitalist focus goes from the consumer to the investor, and I think that might be an oversimplification, but I think the point is fair in that it's like the reason people go for reliable IPs is because they don't want to be fired. It's like people who are in charge of big media companies. They're worried that if they make too many risky bets, like if they bet on something that's brand new and no one's heard of and it goes badly, it's their fault if it failed and they could get fired. But if they make a safe bet on something that everyone knows and it goes badly, it wasn't their fault. It was something magical in the marketplace that happened and they don't get fired. And so there's this all the incentives are set up to not invest in new and original things, but rather to invest in old reliable things, which is occasionally when a company decides to to go the route of trying a lot of original stuff, like for instance Apple TV right now trying a bunch of weird original stuff, it's weird, and you look at it like, what are these people doing? Because I'm so used to people only going after really, really reliable, just franchises all the time. And so it feels kind of cool when somebody does something different. But that's what, courage and creativity is actually what it takes to sort of to make the new stuff that's going to be popular for the next decade, not just the stuff that was popular for the last decade. Awesome Twitch, I don't expect State of Decay to ever become anything besides a video game, because the stuff that makes State of Decay stand out is its gameplay. It's not, there are aspects of the world that are original and cool. I really like what, people have been doing with the Plague Hearts and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. It's not completely original. There's definitely big masses of zombie flesh in other zombie, stuff. Thinking, for instance, one of my favorites, The Girl with All the Gifts, has got a lot of big mushroom biomass in it that isn't just zombies. But at the same time, the thing that makes State of Decay special is much more about how you play it and less about the IP, even though I do really like the IP. And so I don't think it needs to be adapted to something else. I think it's best as a game. We should just keep trying to make better and better games based on it. Yeah, Awesome Twitch Dude, I get freaked out by Servant. Servant is a good example of something that's original and cool, but also I don't think I could watch it. It's just too creepy. Okay, Captain Logan. So I have, during the last live stream that I did for the official, State of Decay 2 stream, I turned off the audible dialogue in the game. And I realized, because I knew that the entire time Brant and Andy and I were going to be talking, and I didn't want us to have to wait for characters to finish talking so that we could talk. And I realized, why don't I just do that all the time? Because I'm always streaming this game. So I've left the dialogue off. Tell me if that annoys you, if you'd rather hear the characters' voices. But the fact that I just always have to stop and wait while characters interrupt me just bothers the heck out of me. I wish that I could just turn off the dialogue for sort of random interruptions, but not for, mission critical discussions. But unfortunately, we didn't really draw that distinction clearly enough. I think there's something we could latch onto for that, but I don't think we draw that distinction clearly enough inside the scripting of the game to be able to draw that line. So anyway, he's going to show me how to take down a plague wall. That's going to be fun. Okay, we're going back to the crashed plane. Maybe for missions like this, maybe I should let him talk. I don't know. Where did I put my car? I ran in the wrong direction. Yeah. Coalición, I wasn't blaming you, by the way, for that oversimplification. I wasn't saying that was a problem with your thinking. You were exactly... You were hitting on the problem. I just, when there's nuance in something, I like to acknowledge the nuance when I can. just, you know, because I don't want people to draw too many, you know, yeah, there's just too many discussions out there that don't acknowledge the nuance, and it can make things ugly sometimes. Hey, look, it's a tummy. Okay, you know what? I'm weirded out that he's not talking, so I am gonna turn up the voice just a little bit, just a little bit. Where does it go? Just there. Okay. Anyway. All right, Logan.
Here's some toys the doc made with those harvested poison bullets. I call them plague busters. Now, let's go see how they work. See that red water belly behind the cloud?
Okay, that's not loud enough. See, but the thing you really want is to watch me messing with the audio levels. That's what makes really scintillating gameplay.
Go ahead and throw one of those plague busters into the cloud and see what happens.
Okay, so I've got a plague bluster. Bluster? A plague bluster. That's what we're calling these. Ooh, it's all glowy. Okay, so now it's armored up again, so... Okay, I shouldn't be using my bullets on this.
Explosives or even pointy sticks. It regenerates that shell pretty quick. You gotta hit it hard and fast after throwing that plague buster.
All right, here we go. Let's throw it again. And then let's run up there. Let's smack it with my amazing blade. Let Logan watch my back. All right. Dealing with these zombies quickly is what my bullets are for. So apparently, quickly does not mean accurately. Oh, thanks, Logan. All right, try this again. Nope, get away from me. Stop it. Logan, you're shooting the wrong zombies. There we go. Get off! Oh, wait. Oh, what? Get out of here. Yes, through the bushes. Come on. I've saved one bullet for you and you're walking in circles. What's wrong with you? Oh! All right. Whew. Okay, so search the crashed plane for useful items. Absolutely. Oh, there's a bunch of good stuff in here. Got a sword, some meth. Oh, DevGru Infiltrator. And more stuff I can't carry now. So I'll come back with my car later on. Hey there, Captain Logan.
Doc has authorized my request to join your team. That is, if you'll have me.
If we'll have you. I mean, I only have one option, so yeah.
Thanks. It's nice to be part of a team again. Let me call the doc and let her know. Hey, Doc, it's me. Just wanted to confirm my transfer to Jurassic Junction.
Message received, Captain. I'll begin relocating operations to our designated overlook position.
Understood. Logan out. Ah, yes. I'm gonna miss that sunny, warm disposition. All right. How about you show me where I'll be bunking?
Good idea.
Yeah, it is true that Dr. Hoffman does sound a little bit more like a robot than Cleo does. Okay, I'm actually... Let's load some of the stuff that I've been picking up into this car. So that we can maybe pick up a few more things on the way home, because we do definitely need... Oh, yeah, we do definitely need something that I was about to say. What was it that I was going to say? I forgot. Whatever. Oh, let's... I think we got enough room to fuel this thing up again. Yeah. We need materials. That's what we need. We need materials at the base. So we still need those. So hopefully Logan can help us go get them. In the meantime, let's see what's in the rest of these boxes.
Maybe there's a use.
Some parts. Okay. Ooh, Cogs asked if I can put stuff in Logan's inventory. I'm not certain, actually. I'm not sure if he's really in my community yet, and I actually can't promise that that feature made it into Heartland. Nope. That is not an option. I don't want to. I'm not going to get that plague sample. Oh, here we go. Slurp. All right, so let's not do the Echo Weapon Challenge this episode. Let's still do it next episode. And let's spend this episode slowly taking Captain Logan home while getting materials. Because that's what you all love, is watching me pick up resources. Oh, crap. Nope. I love how we didn't kill that feral until it came out the other end of the car. Oh, this is a... How do we get in here? Okay, yeah. Ooh, handyman van. All right, where do I think the materials will be? Probably here. Yup, there we go. All right. Oh, wait. Is there going to be fuel in there? Yup. All right. Don't need anything else from that thing. Excuse me, sir. Would you like some of my knife in your face? All right. Oh, wait. When did I lose my door? I like that door. All right. Well, that's what repair kits are for. Except, hold on. I need to place some free cell here. We don't have enough room to use that fuel can, so we got to do this nonsense. And then we'll fix the car, put that door back on. All right. There was another place I wanted to go, right there, to get some more materials. Oh, it's still behind this fence. Okay. I guess we're going back the way we came. These zombies are always faster than me. Except when it comes to dodging. And what about you? Would you like some stabbings? Thank you very much, sir, for providing me an opportunity for stabbings. All right, around here. Look, it's the Grange. The Grange. I had no idea what a Grange was when I played State of Decay 1. I'm still not exactly sure. I think it's some kind of like farmers organization or market or something. I don't actually know. Somebody really knew what that word meant, though. Because they wrote it into State of Decay like people should know what that word means. Wah! Oh, actually, it just occurred to me. How am I doing on outposts? I've still got a lot of room for another outpost. And I think I should claim this one.
Outpost prep is finished and we're ready to run.
So now I can drop off a bunch of stuff and we can keep scavenging. There. Let's go get some stuff out of the car, too. Ugh, gotta go all the way around the... Actually, before we do the car, let's just get everything else out of this outpost. Got this, and these, and this. Is that everything? All right. Drop that stuff off. Okay, let's go see what's in the car. Now, could I have driven the car in here? It occurs to me that maybe I can. It seems kind of tight. Like maybe if I got it in, I might not be able to get it out. I could definitely get it closer to the entrance, though. So Cogs has asked if I played a game with surveying where you can actually mark things while surveying. I know that there are definitely places where you can. Dying Light 2 is a good call out, Cogs. There are definitely games that let you do that. I actually requested that functionality while we were working on revisions to the surveying mechanic in State of Decay 2. But it turns out that like sometimes there will be surprising areas where different parts of a game don't talk to each other very well, and it sounds weird, but the system that places markers in the world and the system that detects those sites while you're surveying are actually really bad at talking to each other. And it actually trying to mark a site from the surveying screen, whenever I ask for it, people are like, oh man, making that happen would be ugh. And it was going to be like, basically the effort required compared to the benefit on the back end of it was going to be just outlandish. And I was surprised by it, but you kind of accept that stuff. You learn to sort of let other people be the experts in what they're experts in. And so so I stopped pushing on that particular one. I mean, nothing's impossible when it comes to code. It's just how much time you think it's worth spending. And that was one where it didn't seem like the time was going to be worth it. Oh, what have I got? A visitor? All right, so I still wanted to go back to that spot, to Chavez's graveyard, because I think I left some stuff behind before. I might not have, but I'm pretty sure I left something behind here. And let's find out if I'm right in remembering that. Here we go. Yeah, there's a few things at least. Maybe it wasn't much. I don't know if I searched up in the tower, though. The tower usually has something, I think. Yeah, it looks like I already did. Okay, it wasn't much to that. I thought there was more. Fine. Well, now I'm picking up plague samples. So I've got a third outpost slot. I'm not dead certain what the best use of that slot would be. I do really love this old gun store, though. So let's head over to that gun store. And let's grab it as an outpost. Because I just like having a lot of flexibility when it comes to the ammunition I've got available, which means I need to have a lot of the ammunition resource coming in. So getting an outpost that does that would be nice. It occurs to me, is leveling up outposts a thing in Heartland? Or did we only add that to the core game? I think we only added it to the core game. Oh no, they got Logan! Wow, I managed not to hit any of those zombies. I'm actually kind of impressed. Like, it was difficult to drive through all of those zombies without hitting a single one of them. That would take a lot of skill to do on purpose. So Airy Twitch says there's this is their top 2 reasons that they watch this stream. Number 1, polite interjections to the zombies, like saying "excuse me, sir" or "pardon me, friend." When we run into zombies. Second is yelling repeatedly to an NPC to get their attention, like "Captain, Captain, hey, Captain, come here." Yeah, for some reason I've got it. There's a part of my brain that kind of does feel like these are people that I should talk to using my normal habits, which is just silly, but I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Oh, so Rebirth says, asks, is one of my outposts a general outpost? You know what it might be? Oh, sorry. There's zombies. I should deal with those first. But Yeah, I had it in my head, like, oh, I'll claim a place with materials and get a materials outpost. But no, there's certain outposts that are materials outposts, and not every... Basically, there was a rule in State of Decay 1, where basically any outpost, like any site, the thing that it offered also, that you could get, you know, rucksack-wise in there, was also the thing you would get if you claimed it as an outpost. It wasn't an absolutely general rule, but I think it was reasonable to sort of expect that. But that is not true in State of Decay 2. Like, there's a lot of parallels there, but like, for instance, you can get materials in a lot of places, and you don't get materials outposts in a lot of places. So for some reason, I reverted to my old assumptions from State of Decay 1 and claimed that shed thinking it was going to give me materials. But that's not how it works. So, like, we're going to claim this outpost. And while that shed I claimed, I mean, it was useful to be able to sort of drop off some things in that place as an outpost. It's not a good outpost. Let's clear that out. We'll claim another one later. For right now... Oh, right. I need to... Well, we've got an outpost now. Let's dump our stuff into it. So, those are bullets I'm not using. These are bullets I'm not using. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Don't need these extra snacks. Oh, wait. Those are bullets I'm using. Hold on. Well, wait a minute. No. Rather than using, trying to load my only 6 45 caliber rounds into this, maybe what I should do is detach the mod and grab a different primary weapon. Okay, here's what I should do. I should suppress my pistol, and then let's grab something for big crowds. Let's grab, actually, this DevGru infiltrator that I just picked up. That one might be worthwhile. So let's do that. Let's load up this way. And then let's gather some more stuff from here. Maybe we'll find a better gun even. Or maybe we'll just find firecrackers at the gun store. Because that's what you go to the gun store for, is firecrackers. Nothing. By the way, we had to carefully balance how many containers were allowed to be empty on a given map, because while finding an empty container, like, we didn't want to have there be no empty containers, because there's something, you know, being disappointed while scavenging is a part of the texture of the experience, and you want it to be there, you know, because if you literally always found something in any container, that just feels odd. It feels like that's not how it would go. So we do try to make sure that there are empty containers sometimes, but we also try to constrain it very, very tightly, where we're like, you know, yeah, players will want that to be, you know, a potential part of the experience, but they don't want it to happen all the time. If it happens all the time, you just get annoyed. Yeah, so we try to be very cautious about it. I'm trying to think. Where would be another good place? I mean, I guess having a food place might be good. I definitely think we should have something that's close to Marshall. How are we doing on beds, by the way? We're short on beds. You know what? Let's just do one that is close to Marshall. Is that a house? Let's do one that's close to Marshall that will solve our beds problem for the time being. Especially now that we're bringing in Logan. So that means going this direction. Whoa! So Coalition is saying that I'm missing something in the chat. What am I missing in the chat? Oh yeah, Coalition is talking about the fact that there are these missions you can do where, like, an already looted building will get a rucksack. So I'm trying to remember So I know that you've got these supply looting missions that naturally spawn in Heartland, which I imagine will do that for you. I don't know. Do the missions that you can summon over the radio in the core game, will those always work regardless of how much you've scavenged the map? We went back and forth about that during development. Now I can't remember where we landed. Oh, Coalition is reminding me that actually the fact that I've been delaying delivering Captain Logan to the base means that I'm not going to get the Echo weapon missions as soon as we planned. Okay, so let's wait. How close are we? We were gonna claim this plague heart. Okay, fine. We're not gonna do that right this second. Let's get Captain Logan home, give him the chance to spawn the missions that we're looking for, and then we'll come back and try to address that plague heart. You know, I really did not need to actually double up my marker on my home when I already had a marker on it. So yeah, Rebirth is pretty sure that those radio missions will spawn resources in places that didn't have them before. That's where I thought it was too, but we definitely talked at some point about trying to have that mission only find existing stuff so you could genuinely exhaust a map. But yeah, it looks like we sort of, you know, made it so you could stick around and have that be viable for a while if you needed to. So Rebirth Dubs wants to know what my favorite game is. So I generally have trouble coming up with favorite things, just because like I don't know, I tend to take a pretty nuanced view of a lot of, you know, like media and games and stuff like that, where it's like I can't name one favorite because I like so many things. Usually though, like if I had to choose, I often point at RimWorld as being a favorite, because it lets you do so many crazy things. It's such a crazy, weird, open simulation. It does tons of stuff that I really appreciate. That, you know, I don't know, that pretty much no other game really does the same way. There are other games that have followed in its footsteps, but nobody has really matched it yet. Oh, by the way, it looks like Captain Logan is firing off the Lost Sheep mission. Okay, so it looks like we do have that mission, but I don't want to do it yet. I do want to go take care of that plague heart first. So let me make sure that I've got what I need to do it. I've got I think my dev grew is going to be good, but let's also grab some backup plans, like this, for instance, and let's bring some cure with us too. But yeah, I really, really like RimWorld. Probably my current favorite game, in terms of just like what I like to play these days, is Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid is like, yeah. So if you want to say my all-time favorite game, probably RimWorld. If you want to say my current favorite game, probably Zomboid. If you want to say like an historical favorite game of mine, like something that really inspired me when I was younger, that really sort of helped define what I wanted to do as a game developer, I'd probably cite Deus Ex or the original Fallout games. Those are the ones that I found the most inspirational before I became a game developer, and it's sort of like, yeah, I guess if you wanted to have a category called historical favorite games, I would probably name one of those. But yeah, I really like them in part because they allowed so much flexibility for the player. Like they were among the games that sort of felt like they were defining what made games different in terms of their storytelling possibilities from, say, traditional linear media, right? Like, they're games where their story wasn't really a linear story with a beginning, middle, and end. Their story was more a set of rules and an atmosphere in which you acted. And the story they told was about the meaning of the actions you took, rather than about the order or, you know, the plot or of somebody else making a bunch of decisions. You know, where it's like there's stuff you can do with linear media that you can't do in an open-ended game, because, you know, things like dramatic irony and stuff like that just don't work in a game where you're the protagonist. But there are a lot of things that you can do with games that you just can't do with linear media, and it's just a different kind of storytelling. And I think, you know, Fallout and Deus Ex really sort of highlighted a lot of that. And then I think RimWorld and Zomboid and, you know, other games in that vein have taken it a lot further since. But that's what I'm interested in. You know, that's the main kind of thing I'm interested in, just as a game developer with games. And that's one reason why I really love working on State of Decay, is because State of Decay is also trying to push the envelope in that same direction. Okay, so I have not yet noticed where the plague heart is in this place. There it is. Hello. Okay, so we set a bunch of zombies on fire. That was cool. Yikes. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong button. I hit the Y button to reload. Oh my gosh, Proteus has destroyed me. I can't believe I've played so much Proteus that I pressed the Y button to reload. Now, that's not nuts. State of Decay 1 also used the Y button to reload. But I thought that was insane when I played State of Decay 1. There we go. Explosion took out the rest of them. Like, when I played State of Decay 1 and the reload button was the Y button, I was like, okay, these people gotta hire me because I gotta fix where that button is. And that was like one of my first mandates, like when I was working on State of Decay 2, is like, the reload button has to freaking be on X because nothing else makes sense. And now I've played so much Proteus that I went to the Y button to reload. That offends me deeply. I can't believe I did that. Okay, so I grabbed this place actually because I wanted to make it an outpost. Because this is a beds outpost, and I need some beds.
The outpost is done.
So, wait, what? We're still at -1 beds? What? Okay, how did... Oh, that's right, Captain Logan. Captain Logan takes up 2 beds. I forgot that. I forgot that he takes up 2 beds. He's just so fat. He's just so fat. No, it's not because he's fat. He takes up 2 beds. It says preoccupied. Basically, he's got a lot of work to do. And so he takes up 2 beds because he sleeps on one bed and then he spreads all of his work out on another bed. That's actually what I had in mind when I put that there. So it's not that he's just enormous, though I do love that as a possibility. He takes up 2 airplane seats too, you know. But sorry, no, this is I'm getting rude, but anyway, point is, we're just barely staying, you know, we're treading water when it comes to beds. We're gonna have to, like, come up with a better solution to our beds issue. What we need to do is get home with these materials and use these materials to upgrade our existing beds facility. That'll do it. Let's just finish clearing out all the crap in this outpost. Oh, we got a plague sample here, and actually... Did I grab... I didn't grab all the stuff out of this. There we go. Yeah, it was actually one of my favorite parts of working on traits, was coming up with justifications for stuff like that. Like say, okay, I want it, or in this case, or like hero bonuses sometimes can do this too. No, it's just traits. Anyway, point is, I liked coming up with justifications for why a character would take up more or less beds. Like, for instance, I think we've got a trait in the game that has something to do with being a cuddler, where somebody doesn't take up a bed. Like they cost 1 less bed than everyone else, which means 0 beds, because there's this presumption that when they sleep, they actually are cuddling with somebody else. I think they reduce the morale of the rest of the team, because nobody else likes that. Nobody wants them to be doing it, but they don't stop. Every night, they're in somebody else's bed, cuddling with them, and that's why they don't take up an extra bed. And coming up with nonsense like that was my favorite part of my job for about a month. Coalition is getting completely creeped out by this trait that I'm describing. He's like, I need to find that trait now. Rebirth, by the way, wants to know if I am into RTSs, like StarCraft, Supreme Commander, Total Annihilation. So my problem with those is I suck at them. I am so bad at them because what I'm bad at doing is multitasking. For instance, you might notice if you watch my stream live then I'm terrible at reading the chat. That's because I'm bad at multitasking. If I am talking about something, I'm not reading. If I'm playing a game intensely, I'm not reading. And the problem with, RTSs is that they are a test of multitasking. They test your ability to have multiple irons in the fire that you're keeping up with without losing track of everything. And so, like when people talk about your actions per minute being a really key part of how good you are at RTSs. I mean, my actions per minute can't be high because, each little thing you do in an RTS doesn't take that many actions. You get your action to minute high. You get that high by worrying about a lot of things at once and keeping a lot of different irons in the fire and spinning a lot of plates. And so, and I just can't do that. So even though theoretically, I like the idea of those games. Okay, so we're overrunning our storage. So we definitely... But this is just for materials? No. I need power and water for the other ones, huh? Okay, never mind. Okay, so I guess I gotta spend this stuff. So let's craft. Okay, we need some 45. I know that. So let's craft some runs. How much have we overrun our storage? Okay, just a little bit of ammo. So let's just make a little bit more 45. And then let's upgrade our beds. And now we've burned through most of the materials we just got, but that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, so for instance, Company of Heroes theoretically is one of my favorite games. I love what they did with that game. I love how they pushed the genre forward. So one of my favorite things about Command & Conquer Generals was the way that they sort of created squads for infantry rather than just having individual infantry being, their own units the way they were in Warcraft and StarCraft. And also letting those infantry units staff themselves in buildings. That was really cool. You could use buildings as defensive, structures. And I loved that. And then Company of Heroes took that idea and took it even further and made it possible to, take cover behind fences and, do flanking, like pinning and flanking maneuvers with your infantry in an RTS. I'd see pinning and flanking maneuvers in, say, Full Spectrum Warrior, but I hadn't seen it in an RTS. And it was such a brilliant idea, and it really appealed to sort of the way that I like to think about strategy, because that's a real-world strategy, and the fact that it's so grounded really made it appeal to me. And so I love it, in theory, but I'm terrible at that game because I can't multitask. And so it's a game that I love, but I can't play it, and it's such a freaking tragedy for me. So there you go. So yeah, so that's why Rebirth, I just don't get into RTSs because so much of it is about the multitasking that I can't, it's, while I can recognize that they're good, and for people who are good at multitasking, they're great. This is definitely not me not liking the genre. I love the genre. I'm just bad. And it's just not fun to just be bad at something all the time. And so I don't play a lot of them. Anyway, we are now in a position to do the Echo Weapon Challenge, which means it's time for a new episode. So if you're watching me live on Twitch, we're just going to go right now and do the Echo Weapon dealy. But if you're watching me later on YouTube, that's another episode. So you can subscribe to my channel, and you can click on a link to that other episode, and I hope to see you there. And I hope it goes well, because I genuinely don't know how well I'm going to do at that.